everybody, Scott Jansen here. In this video, I want to talk about changing the context. Now, this is quite an advanced strategy, and I'm going to break it down very simply, but it's something all therapists should be adopting. If they notice certain things occurring, whether they're using traditional hypnosis, ACH, really doesn't matter, changing the context is an extremely powerful process. So, to get everybody on the same page, let's look at what this is. I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to use a stop smoking example. Now, most people say, well, Scott, you always talk about stop smoking because it must only work for smoking, or that's because you're an expert in it. What about anxiety? What about weight loss? They're all symptoms. It doesn't matter. I want to clear that up now. Whether I use a stop smoking example, anxiety, weight loss, fear, phobias, mindset, whatever it is, they're all symptoms. Okay? It works across all of them. All right? I'm going to give you an example and give you some context to this. Let's use a stop smoking client. Okay? Insert your own niche at will. All right, so client wants to quit. I know this from the strategy call. We begin the session over Zoom or whatever it is, and I start asking questions about the smoking because I've got to meet my client where they are. Although it's a symptom, I've still got to ask about it because it gives us a place to start. Then obviously the payoff is attached, and it could be a million and one reasons as to the real problem. The payoff's got nothing to do with the smoking, but that's where we start. Same with any niche. We begin the session and I say, what's the problem? How's that a problem? Normal hypnotic interview questions for now. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just trying to investigate. And they instantly go into blaming others. Maybe not even the context of smoking. It's just in general. They're blaming life. I can see they're resistant. They're getting frustrated. They keep going off track. I've even had clients in the past start asking me questions about why I'm talking to them like that in regards to like, why am I asking these certain questions? Maybe they're purposefully avoiding answering the questions. Okay, so they've come in wanting one thing and it was all got on the strategy call, but I noticed a massive shift in their attitude once they come in, once they've paid, they're sitting down in front of me. What's going on here? This is where understanding the context of therapeutic change comes in handy. So here's what we're going to do. If you notice this in your clients, and it can be pretty obvious, here's what to do next. We want to change the context knot. We know with ACH that we help clients untie the knot. That's that stuck thinking and thinking loops and stuff like that. Let's use this. Change the context knot. First thing you want to do is stop the session approach. By that it's no longer about smoking. Even though it's a symptom, we're just using that as a place to start. We're not working on that now. What we're going to begin working on is this stuff up here. Blaming others, blaming life, resistance, why you keep going off track, why you won't answer my questions, why, client, are you being rude to me? We stop the session of the smoking and now we go to change the attitude. That's changing the context. We question the context above. So this is how it would sound. Let's say, for example, I've started the session, we know what's the problem, which I always do. Client says, I want to quit smoking. And I say, great. How is that a problem for you? Whatever the hypnotic interview is. And I notice again, they start blaming life, start getting resistance, start blaming everybody else. My next question is, what's going on here? What's with the bad attitude? Why are we talking about blaming others? What does this have to do with what we started with? Anything like that. And I can be quite abrupt and rude with this because I don't care. I don't need to have rapport. This rapport thing's ridiculous. My clients don't have to like or love me. They just have to follow the process because I'll help them. They'll love me afterwards, but it doesn't mean I've got to keep rapport with them the whole time. That's just ridiculous. Okay. So I stop the session approach and I start questioning the context. What am I noticing in their attitude? If my client's rude to me, I have no problem asking them, what's this all about? What's with the rudeness? It's still an investigation question. I'm still doing something therapeutic. Okay? But I want to start questioning the context, any of those things. From there, I want to start to untie the context knot. Let's say, for example, I notice my client keeps blaming others. And I say, okay, just pause for a second. What's the purpose of blaming everybody else? What's this about? My client says, well, Scott, you don't really understand. It's about this, and everybody's done this to me in life and this. And I say, no, I understand. But what are you getting from this? Or what's this all about? How does that work? Is that helping you? Whatever the hypnotic interview question is, I go away from the smoking and I start playing with the context. Those contexts above, once I start to untie them, they will be attached to the initial thing a client came in for. The blaming others will be, in most cases, attached to the smoking, even though it's a symptom. Let's say it'll be attached to the payoff of the smoking. The resistance will be attached. The avoiding the question will be attached. The bad attitude will be attached. Maybe my client just becomes really quiet and doesn't want to answer any of my questions. That will be attached. That's the context. So if I untie the context knot, this whole thing, this bubble they're sitting in, it will be attached to the smoking and it will start to break down. It will start to change. And by changing that context and the attitude, I'll start to change the person. And as we say in ACH, all the dominoes will start to fall down. So we stop the session approach. We question the context above. We do the hypnotic interview. We collapse the therapy. We do the therapy by collapsing realities or big picture thing, or whatever our therapeutic approach needs to be. We untie that context knot. The knot will be attached to the smoking. We don't even have to talk about it. And we still proceed with testing and processing after all the knots are untied. So here I have a client coming in thinking we're going to talk about smoking, even though, again, it's a symptom. It's going to go away from smoking anyway. But now I'm talking about their attitude in life in general. Okay, think about that. Client comes in for one thing, and now I'm talking about their attitude they're presenting to me now. Because if they're presenting this attitude to me now, I can guarantee they present it in life every day. So think about what's going to happen there. If I help them change that attitude, their whole life changes. Now, I've been an advocate for always changing a client's entire life, changing their attitude, changing their life, and changing their whole personality. This is a big Ericksonian thing. That's what ACH does so well. It's not about the smoking. It never was. This attitude thing will leach into bigger parts of their life. It's still attached to the smoking, and maybe that attitude, the payoff to that is smoking to calm that attitude down, whatever it is. Okay, I'm just grasping at straws here to give you a context so this makes sense. If I change that attitude, their life changes. You can see why we charge so much money and why when we say it's not a glib statement, we can change your life, but it has to be done through changing this context. Okay, so the knot will be attached to the smoking. Once that knot's died down, I probably want to find out all these other knots as well. If I still see, let's say, for example, I break down the knot of blaming others and blaming life, I figure out what that is, but they're still a little bit resistant, I'm going to break that knot down too. If they're still avoiding some questions, break that knot down too. It's no longer about the initial reason they came in. I know I keep repeating that. Hopefully that makes sense. The context a client presents by way of attitude, who they are and how they express themselves, becomes the knot attached to the payoff and will likely be related to all associated issues. I always say problems hold hands with other problems. That's why by fixing the attitude, you break the context and you fix every other part of their life. Okay? Raise your prices, guys, if you do this properly, because it will change your client's whole personality. It's not the smoking. It's not the anxiety. If it was stop smoking and anxiety and things like that, those scripts would work, those techniques would work if there was no such thing as the unconscious mind. Breaking the context. And no, you can't script this stuff. You can't prepare for this stuff. You have to notice it on the fly. All right. So this is something hugely powerful. If you know your clients are resistant or you've had these types of clients in the past, even after several sessions, if not dozens of sessions, you're still wondering, why am I not getting a breakthrough? Fix the context. What's the attitude they're presenting? Okay. I had one client come in where this worked really, really well. I had a client come in, and although I didn't work with these more traditionally, I did it anyway, which was more working with alcoholism. Just wasn't a fan of working with those clients anyway. But a client had come in, I said yes to it, paid good money. I knew I could help this person. Really nice guy, really great attitude. He came in, it was when I was doing face to face, and it started with, I want to quit alcohol and all that sort of stuff. Sit down in front of me, says I want to give up on beer or whatever it was. But I noticed something interesting. His attitude and the way he was presenting himself was different than what he was telling me. What he was wearing was a beer t-shirt. Here in Australia, we have VB beer. It's a big thing in Australia. I don't drink beer. I don't drink alcohol at all. But here he is. He's got a t-shirt that says, VB beer and sponsoring, quote unquote, that type of beer. But here you are saying you want to quit. You've got to look at the context. And what do you think my question was? What's with the t-shirt? Tell me about that. Okay. And that started changing the context. All right. So be very mindful of the way your client presents themselves, what they look like, as far as maybe they're wearing something or they're doing something that is different than what they're telling you is happening as far as their problem. Bear that in mind. All right, guys. So that's changing the context. If you've got any questions, please leave them below. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.